let's go check out some of the secondhand stores, including some I haven't shown you yet. And we're going to kick it off right now with the thrifting at Cashies, where there's a whole pile of PlayStation 4 controllers, PlayStation 4's accessories, even a PS Vita, a whole pile of PlayStation 4 games, and even an original PlayStation. Xboxes are hanging out next to a bunch of Nintendo gear. We got some Wiis and Nintendo Switches, some GameCube games, and various other Wii U games and more, including some DS games, which is pretty much the only way you can get them now that the online store has closed down. And on the bottom shelf are a bunch of Xbox One and One S's. A whole pile of musical instruments with a violin, a bit of brass, even a few different audio accessories like DJ mixers and microphones, digital audio interfaces, and just an assortment of audio and music stuff. I absolutely love the look of this flight controller with all the tangible switches and knobs on it, but probably still just window shopping considering the price. This is an interesting looking console. I had to go look it up through a image search, and I think it is a NES clone. Please let us know in the comments if you have any information about this console. Collector editions were there with the Pip-Boy box from Fallout, as well as some more collectible boxes, the Red Dead Redemption 2 one, a few other interesting collectibles, and a whole pile of PC and Sega games. We have the Starship Enterprise, certified by Gene Roddenberry, and I think we have an imposter. Moving on now to a vintage and collectibles store, which has a whole pile of Nintendo cartridges and games on display, and even a few different Game Boys and accessories. This Xbox kiosk would look kind of cool in your house with it all set up there, maybe in your games room. There's a cabinet with a variety of handheld controllers, including the Game & Watch and just a sneaky little Ultra Ball. I recently started getting into Destiny 2, so it's cool seeing the Gjallarhorn in its massive box up there on the top shelf. A Tekken 6 controller, and even more Game Boy games, this time for the Game Boy Advance. You really do have to keep your eyes peeled because right underneath all the Nintendo stuff is a whole bunch of 3DO games. They definitely do mix things up in this shop. We got a whole bunch of old PC games all nice and boxed here, and right next to it is a Neo Geo with a few Neo Geo games alongside of it. In fact, we got more Neo Geos here. A Dick Smith computer, and some Sega games, some more Sega games. Below the figurines, we have some Nintendo games from Japan. Below the Nintendo games is some Vectrex games. Next to them is a whole pile of Intellivision games, and above that is some Atari games, and then above that we have some more Sega games. What would a K-Man Thrifts video be without a visit to the Green Shed? And I spotted this lonely little Mac mouse, along with a whole bunch of computers that were maybe of a slightly newer generation. It looked like a whole lab had gone and thrown out a whole pile of iMacs, some of them not exactly completely complete. I like how the Green Shed has everything from electronics to furniture, toys, and even the kitchen sink, or is that bathroom sink? They also seem to be playing a little game of Spot the Wii Fit balance board, as they seem to be all over the place, inconspicuously hiding underneath this pile of laptops on top of that hi-fi system. And we have none here. Oh, wait, there it is. Can you spot it right underneath those two speakers there? And maybe if we sort of wander around and look long enough, we might be able to find one somewhere amongst these. There it is, just sort of sitting there all on its own. And there's another one being used as a speaker stand. Yeah, I'm going to maintain it. This is the game that they play at the Green Shed. Moving on to the Northside Green Shed, They had these drawers full of just random electronic stuff, including a few phones. And what's in this one? Ooh, a tennis ball. Excellent. Maybe that's the game that they play up here. Spot the tennis ball. The north side one is probably not as big as the south side green shed, but you still find some cool stuff like this Ferrari, which is probably about the only Ferrari I'm ever going to own. USB Ferrari. Then back down south in my non-luxury car to a different green shed that I don't normally get to. They have both an inside section and a bit out the back in all the dirt, which does take me back to the days before they had the big green sheds to keep everything nice and dry, and you just go out into all the dirt and bring home an awesome bargain, which you would then go clean off once you got home. Still good fun checking out the sheds and all the random stuff that you find, like this old Hammond organ. And it's time now to check out what I did actually go and buy, and yep. Well, Mark had a bit more success and he picked up this Atari I covered in a previous video, as well as Shinobi 3 and Lightning Force on the Sega, on the GameCube, Mario Smash Football, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, and Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. On the PlayStation 2, Psychonauts and Haunting Ground. For your Sega, a Mega EverDrive x5 cartridge, which lets you load a whole pile of games up onto an SD card, and it just goes up there on the top, and it even supports cheats. And that's K-Man Friffs number 2. Love to hear if you saw anything in the video that you wish you could have picked up, or any of the great pickups that you've had. Let us know in the comments. Stick around on the channel because we do a variety of retro and modern gaming related videos. Check out the links in the description. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.